We back. Hey, man. We about to get into my boy Stephen A, man. He about to, have his little thoughts on, talk about this shit with Camron that happened with the CNN shit. That shit is crazy, though. Like, I'm gonna have to play this shit for y'all, but man, that shit was so funny, man. That nigga Camron is a funny dude, man. So we about to see what Stephen A got to say about the situation and shit. And then it was so funny because it was like on CNN live, so it was so funny, y'all. But I see what he got to say.
To the subject involving Camron himself, get to him. He's a co-host of the popular podcast It Is What It Is with former bad boy rapper Mace. Camron was asked to appear on CNN Monday night with Abby Phillip to discuss the Diddy case, and the interview, shall we say, went off the rails. Cam clearly was not interested in answering any questions on Diddy and wound up promoting a libido drink himself. He's got a libido drink out that's actually doing very, very well.
That's what I guess that way he's promoting.
So props to him for that. Anyway, the
enhancement for the men.
Camron took time to address the backlash yesterday on his podcast with Mace. But you know what else happened? A mutual friend of both myself and Camron defended his actions on CNN Monday night. Let me play that for you.
CNN don't care nothing about Cam. They don't care nothing about what he got going on, him and Mace's successes, what his businesses are doing and how they're elevating. They wouldn't have invited him on that to champion him and champion what he got going on. They brought him on there to further continue to kick and stomp on a man who's already down and defeated, bleeding out the mouth, eyes, and both ears. They wanted him to continue doing that.
Exactly.
And when he didn't do it, or should I say, when they attempted to do it, it backfired. And again, a lot of people feel away because, a sister was attached to it, but she was being used.
Oh, yeah.
A black woman talking to a black man to continue
the mother had a black
another black man. That's ratings for them.
Mm-hmm. I disagree with him.
Exactly.
I disagree with my man Shabazz. But before we go any further,
let's see what my boy Stephen A got to say.
And I get deeper into this subject. Let me say something to y'all. I might disagree, or I might want to tweak what should have been said, or whatever the case may be. What you're not going to hear me doing on this show is disrespecting those brothers. First of all, they both my brothers. I'm friends with Camron. Shabazz and I go back decades. It's my dog. Love him to death. That's why I played that for y'all. I wanted to give him some camera time. That's my man. That man has been there for me on countless occasions throughout the year. That's one of my brothers. I love him to death. Not but love him. He's smart as hell, too. But it's all right to have a difference of opinion. Because even though we all from the streets, there's levels to this. And they are on a level in the streets that I was never on. I never had the troubles they had. I never had the predicaments that they found themselves in. I never had to overcome all the things that they overcome. So there's a heightened level of sensitivity that I have. Understanding that even though I'm from the streets of Hollis, Queens, New York, born in the Bronx and raised in Hollis, and I had to deal with a lot of shit in the drug game and outside of it and all that other stuff in between, it wasn't on their level. So I understand. But on a corporate side, I do come from that ilk as well, more so than they do. And what I try to pride myself in making sure that I say, especially to my young brothers and sisters out there, it's always a numbers game. And we always have to play the numbers game. No matter how we want to act otherwise, it's a fact. And I get sick and tired of our community ignoring that. Black folks make up 13.6% of the American population. Although we're not a minority in this world, we're a minority in this country. And the opportunities that come now our way are few and far between. And far more challenges and obstacles accompany us than accompanies white folks. How many times have you seen me on this podcast and various other platforms saying when white folks catch a cold, black folks catch pneumonia? It's always worse for us. So there's a heightened level of awareness and sensitivity that I think we always need to have, not because of us as the individual, but because the system itself uses isolated examples to stigmatize the rest of us when one of us are rolling in a different way. Dare I say, being a bit belligerent, dismissive, aloof, whatever it is. Camron, a real one, from Harlem. Abby Phillip met a different cat. Now, she met a different cat that she's not familiar with. I'm familiar with it. Shabazz is familiar with it. The streets is familiar with who Camron is and how he rolls. Go back and look at his interview on 60 Minutes around 2007 or so. Go look at his interview with Dame Dash when they were both on a no-spin zone with Bill O'Reilly. That, what you saw with Camron on CNN the other day, was not new. Was not new. When he's sitting there drinking his drink, I don't know whether it was an energy drink or his libido drink. Knowing him, it could have been both. I ain't mad at him. Hell, I want to know what that drink is. My point to you, however, is this. He veered away from it. You drinking, you gonna look away, ask what agency booked the interview and all of that other stuff. You got on the hat, you got on the shades. It's not the suited and booted Camron we see on It Is What It Is sometimes. Suited and booted, tie, looking crisp, sharp, looking at corporate America, damn near looking like he ready to walk on Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that dude?
Damn, he gave me game, y'all.
It was that dude. It was Killer Cam we see from Harlem. Now, I don't have a problem with it. And I know he don't have a problem with it because let me come to Cam's defense by saying this. He ain't trying to be in every room. He ain't trying to be in the streets 1 minute and then, corporate America the next. He knows who his audience is. He knows what he's comfortable with. That's who he gonna speak to. That's who he gonna cater to. I understand. My only deal was, why even show up on CNN then?
Exactly, yeah.
Mace was right next to him. It was Mace that was under P. Diddy's label, Bad Boys. Cam wasn't signed with him. Mace was. Who did book that guest? Who did book Cam? Why didn't they book Mace instead of Cam? What was that about?
Yeah,
That's true. My man Shabazz.
didn't make sense.
I love that brother. He's always thinking about us. He's always looking out for us as a people. Always. And he don't have a fake bone in his body. 95% of the time we agree. It's 5% of the times we don't. Still love him. Still respect the hell out of him. Anytime I go to Miami, it's one of my first calls. That's my brother. That's my dog. Here's the thing. When he points out what he pointed out, here's where I would respectfully disagree with him. Abby Phillip was not being used. It's her job as a journalist, if she has somebody on the air, to ask pertinent questions to a guest. I hear Camron loud and clear. It is what it is. Great podcast, growing by leaps and bounds, making noise. Oh, by the way, they do a lot of positive things. Go back and watch this episode with some of the stuff he points out about Mace and some of Mace's charitable works that Mace never talks about. I know for a fact that Camron do a lot of good things. Camron's a good brother. Heart's in the right place. Always wants to get better, always wants to learn, always wants to do good by people who he believes are worthy of it. And is always cognizant and sensitive to his community. No doubt about that. But you got to know that when you show up on CNN right after the video of Diddy come out, and you a hip-hop artist, former or present, you're going to be asked about that. You have to know that. So it can't be like you were put off or you were surprised or it was unexpected. Hell no, it wasn't. Camron is no dummy. That's a smart brother. And he used that appearance to his advantage because we know about that damn libido drink now. I can tell you that much. And we know about some of the other projects, and we certainly know about It Is What It Is podcast.
Nah, I like how Stephen A. he broke that shit down, man. Like he just, like he said, he shouldn't came even on there just because you still in these people's system, man. And it's like, especially you gonna be on a network like CNN, you already know what they gonna come with, you know. So, you know, and especially how he said it wasn't a Camron. How he be on his show? On his show, he be, you know, fresh, you know, full suits, you know, on his corporate shit, on his, you know what I'm saying, GQ shit. But, you know, he was on some whatever shit on there, you know. And like he said, he could have just didn't come on the show. You know, it's like, who did book it? Mace should have been. That's why when I seen the video, y'all, I was like, damn, why the fuck they all got Mace interviewing Mace? He was signed with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would know better than anything and had better answers, you know, than Camron, you know. But I agree with all the brothers. Like, you know, Camron, I agree with him, and I agree with the other dude, like he said, Shabazz and Stephen A. They all got valid points, you know what I mean? Like, it's a long video. I ain't gonna do the whole video. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all the different, you know, perceptions and how everybody feel on it. Everybody different opinions and stuff. But I like how Stephen A. That's why I wanted y'all to see. Why Stephen A. always gonna give a nice little, you know, analysis on it, on the situation. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, y'all hit that like button, y'all hit the subscribe button, and yeah, man, y'all already know we gonna be back. Ow, ow.